At all.
Whatever happened then, however much it hurt you, you can't let it cast a shadow when Casey and I are married.
When you are what?
I've asked Casey to marry me.
She slept with you?
How dare you?
Like mother, like daughter.
How dare you belittle our feelings when you don't even know Casey?
She certainly wasted no time.
Whatever you thought of Jessie, her daughter is as honest as the day.
Michael, you've known for years what marriage has been like for me. I think that gives me the right to ask you to listen to me.
How could you possibly understand? There's no point in talking about marriage with a man who's never been in love.
Well then, sir, isn't it time you were home in bed? You've been here quite a while.
I'm all right. Thank you, Uncle.
Are you waiting for someone, sir?
I thought I was.
I've been expecting you.
Is Jessie here?
I'm sorry, Richard. She's gone.
Gone? Where? When?
My dear, I really don't know. When I came off duty, she and her belongings had simply vanished.
She can't have just gone. She couldn't do that. Did she leave a note?
Nothing. Darling, you look dreadful. You'd better come in.
Get me back to town as quick as you can, will you? I think she was telling the truth. She really does run a riding stable.
On a modest income, but adequate to her needs. She's quite creditworthy, and she doesn't have a criminal record. Whiskey? Please. And according to a short obituary notice after her mother's death, the family are held in high respect locally.
And the mother? Tell me.
She was a tower of strength. Her absolute dedication to her late husband is recalled. He was confined to a wheelchair.
Her second husband?
Her only husband, Frank Theodore Cantrell.
No. Check the data.
I have checked it, Richard.
Her first husband was killed in France in 1943. Well, I know. I knew her. She was a widow.
Frank Theodore Cantrell was reported dead after an exceptionally dangerous mission. The resistance found him badly wounded. They took him to a convent, where he was secretly nursed by nuns until it was safe to bring him back across the channel. It was some months before he was even identified.
Some months? When he was dead?
No. He was left for dead.
How long have I known you?
11 weeks and 2 days.
And today, for the first time, you laugh with no cares. Just sheer joy.
I've come alive again with you.
We have so much to live for.
It's not just loving you. You make me feel so safe. I always trust you, Richard.
How do I know why he's changed his mind? Maybe he's been crazy all these years. And I just never knew it. Anyway, suddenly he's over the moon about our marriage.
That's all that matters.
Maybe I'll catch him at the office before he leaves. Make sure it still is my father.
You're not very like your mother.
You knew my mother?
This is all most unfortunate.
Pardon me? What is?
I take it your mother was the little actressy person who shared my flat for a time during the war. That Jessie Cantrell? You're not very like her.
Your name is Emily.
Oh, I see you know quite a lot already. But not enough. Such a pity. It was very wrong of your mother to send you in quest of the Breeden family. All communication between us ceased long ago.
Well, now that Michael and I are going to be married,
What has your mother told you?
Nothing. Nothing about anything.
As an old friend of hers, I'd like you to take my advice. Go back to America.
Lady Breeden, what is this?
Just go home without contacting Michael again or offering any explanation.
No way. I won't hurt Michael.
Take my word for it. You have no hope of marrying him. The reason is bound to distress you.
I'll risk that.
Very well. I would have spared you, but... You may have realized that while your father was lying injured in France, your mother was conducting an adulterous affair with my husband.
It wasn't like that.
You want proof? When your father was brought to England, he had appalling burns and needed specialist treatment. Your mother left London to be near him. I dare say she regretted her infidelity by this time. But too late. Some months later, I drove a patient to that same hospital.
Emily.
Jessie, so this is where Frank is.
How's Richard? Have you any news?
More to the point, how's Frank? Well, it's bound to take time.
They're trying to save his sight. There's so little I can do except be with him.
When he does see you, my dear, how will you explain that?
Frank loves me.
That much? Of course, you don't know, do you? Richard and I were married just before he went to the Far East.
My family had a shooting lodge in Scotland. Private, remote from anywhere. The baby was born there and registered as mine.
You took her baby?
My dear child. She gave him away.
No. No matter how difficult, no matter how ashamed, she...
But with a husband likely to be a permanent invalid.
Not my mother. She couldn't.
But she could. She cried, begged, pleaded with me.
To let her keep him.
To help her.